We are back here on Sports Just Cuz. Anthony Carlo along with Armand Matteo, and we are just discussing NFL Week 4. We went through a lot of games just on our last segment here, and our last, I should say, before the commercial break. And we are going to be reviewing a couple more games and then getting into our analysis of the Monday night matchup, which is coming up a little bit later. So, Armand, I must say, as a fan of Big Blue, I was very pleased.
Man. Big Blue looked beautifully
very pleased
on that field.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
we just answered word beautiful.
Eli Manning with my
Eli
keyword.
Manning was beautiful.
Beautiful child he is. Eli Manning is.
I don't know about his facial expressions. They sort of take away his beauty.
Eli Manning definitely does have some unique facial expressions.
A bit disturbing, if you mind me.
I don't care what facial expressions he makes, as long as he can keep throwing
points
for as many yards. I mean, first of all, Eli Manning.
Listen, that's the best game he had in 2 years.
Yeah, total QBR over 95. The guy was
300 yards.
He had a big target in Larry Donnell to have a hat trick, 3 touchdowns on the day. And listen, he's a big boy.
Oh yeah,
he's a matchup nightmare.
He's like Martellus Bennett.
Yeah,
he could be. Not as good, not nearly as good, but he could be one day.
He's got
young
potential.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them use Larry Donnell, mend him into a go-to guy for Eli Manning, because then what you have is something that starts to answer my prayers, and that is not just another slot receiver like Victor Cruz, but that is a big guy.
Red zone target, because you know what? Yeah. The Giants don't have a red zone target. They don't. Victor Cruz is not a remember our discussion last week.
Absolutely.
Giants do not have a guy who they can throw a fade route and he can bring it down. They do not have it. Larry Donnell could be that purposeful guy.
Yeah, we keep saying they don't have a Jimmy Graham, they don't have a Rob Gronkowski.
These guys are all small slot receivers.
Right, and Larry Donnell is none of those guys we just mentioned, but what he does do is he entertains the idea that we could possibly have a big target.
Besides the Giants offense, just being on all cylinders, we got to talk about that Giant defense, man. Kirk Cousins, the hottest rated quarterback a week prior to this Thursday night game, he threw for like 400 yards. This week, he was horrible. The Giants were up in his grill. He had, 2 picks?
Stripping the ball from him.
Yeah, 2 picks, fumble.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins looked bad. The Giants' defense he had 4 interceptions. I mean,
4 interceptions.
Kirk Cousins has 4 interceptions, and he had 1 fumble, so he turned the ball over 5 times.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, I'm sorry, Kirk, you've been good so far, filling in for RG3, but the Giants' defense made him look bad.
Telling the Giants, they have a chance to win this division.
Yeah, and you know what? Eli Manning, complain all you want, it's in the hands of Eli Manning.
It is.
I believe that Eli Manning has the power to bring that team up.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. I think the West Coast offense is going to fit this system good. I really do, because Eli can throw the ball. West Coast offense is all about demolishing the team with the pass game, and I think the Giants can do that. Eli Manning can throw for a couple of years ago. He threw for 4,400 yards. 1 year he throw for
Eli Manning,
he was throwing 300 yards a game when he had
he had Plaxico Burress,
Hakeem Nicks. He had Mario Manningham. I mean, when they had all those guys.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, Eli Manning, when he's on, nobody shuts him down. I mean, Eli Manning has the potential of being one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he's on. If you put him on paper against everybody else, he's not one of the best quarterbacks.
The reason why they struggled so mightily last year on the offensive end was because Eli Manning had no time in that pocket.
Yeah, the offensive line didn't do anything for him. Yeah. But listen, the Giants, one of the main factors here is
we're good. We don't really need to focus on them. They're good.
The Giants are bringing a lot of energy to the table. They're going to carry this energy over. I think they're going to keep winning.
I think they play a good game against the Falcons. This will show where this team is. If they can start a 3-game win streak, this team could show that they're a playoff implicator.
Absolutely. As for the Packers and the Bears, the 38-17 win that Green Bay had over Chicago, Aaron Rodgers, listen, he promised the fans we're going to get out of this. Stop panicking, stop worrying. And what Aaron Rodgers did was he came through, which Aaron Rodgers is a Super Bowl quarterback, so you know what you're getting with him. The Packers are 2-2. He threw for 302 yards, 4 TDs. And the Packers, they jumped all over the Bears early on.
They did, and this is because of the Packer defense was good. They were very good. They've been struggling the first 3 games of the season. They got lit up in Seattle. Even the Jets, the first half destroyed the Packers.
Yeah, they did.
And last week, the Lions, they couldn't just stop Matthew Stafford either. I mean, they did really good this week against Jay Cutler, who has had a great start to the season.
Yeah.
Now, the problem here is that, are we worried about Jay Cutler? Now, Jay Cutler, this guy had a great start the first 3 weeks. He threw for 300 yards every game about. He threw for 256 yards. Looked great the first half, but the second half, I think he threw for only like 50 yards with 2 picks. What's good with that?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, Cutler, you could call that inconsistency.
I mean, he's proved it in the past. He's an inconsistent quarterback.
Yeah, and look, the running game was good. Matt Forte had 122 yards rushing. I mean, he had Bennett to go to. Bennett had 134 yards
Marshall,
receiving.
I mean, Jeffrey had 1 touchdown, but Marshall was nowhere to be found in this game.
Brandon
Jamal
Marshall
Williams was on his case.
For the past 2 weeks, Brandon Marshall was nowhere to be found.
He has been nagging a couple injuries.
Right.
So.
But a week ago against the Jets, it was Alshon Jeffrey who was
2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry,
Lions.
2 weeks ago.
They played the Lions last. No, you're talking about the Bears. We're talking about the Bears. I'm sorry.
Talking about the
You're
Bears.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just went to the Packers.
That's all right. The Bears. It's okay. It's getting late. I understand.
It's getting late. I need
we've been through we've been through school year. We're tired, but you know what? We love doing the show for all of you. So
yeah.
we power through it. Plus, it's what we love, so it's not even work. But anyway, Brandon Marshall, as you said, nagging injury. But listen, it was just the fact that the Packers were going to get a win. I mean, I think it just came now. I mean, that's what I basically think of that game.
The only thing going down the road, I'm a little bit worried about Eddie Lacy. Now, everyone going into the season thought Eddie Lacy was going to rush for 1,200 yards. Eddie Lacy in his first 4 games has rushed for 160 yards.
I was one of those
people. 40 yards a game.
I was one of those people. I was very excited about Eddie Lacy.
I thought Eddie Lacy was top 5 backs going into the season.
Yeah.
He's shown he's like top 25 right now. He's not playing good at all.
Hopefully you can expect him to turn things on.
Yeah, he needs to play better if the Packers want to be scary on offense.
And if they do, I mean, their offense, if he does, I mean, it just makes their offense unstoppable.
Oh, it does.
Between Randall Cobb,
absolutely does.
Jordy Nelson, Aaron Rodgers, they're going to look good. So anyway, let's get into what everybody's thirsting to hear, and that is what our
Monday Night Countdown, baby.
Put our analyst faces on. I can't speak anymore, and we will tell you. We'll tell you what we think of the Pats and the Chiefs going at it this evening. For all those who don't know what the Pats mean, I'll go with the Patriots, the New England Patriots.
All right, so
go ahead, take it away.
And what are we gonna talk about first? You want to talk about what are the keys for the Chiefs to win, or the keys for the Patriots to win?
You tell me what's gonna happen. How about that?
I think the Patriots are gonna win. So let's start with how the Chiefs could maybe pull off an upset.
How they could pull off an upset? Okay.
Listen, the Chiefs. They have a lot of injury problems on their defense. Derrick Johnson, star middle linebacker, is out. He's the captain of their defense. Now, the struggling part about this team is that their defense is the only team in the NFL remaining that has not forced a turnover.
Yeah.
That's
a
big.
problem.
That is real big.
It's a real big problem.
It's a real big problem. And the problem is, you know who they're going against? The New England Patriots are the 4th statistical best defense in the league who take the ball away the most.
Yeah.
So Alex Smith is going to be... Alex Smith doesn't really turn over the ball that much because he doesn't throw the ball a lot. He knows what he can do, unlike Geno Smith.
Right.
So the problem is that the Chiefs need to stride away from the pass, which they normally do, and stay with the run. Jamal Charles is questionable. So Niall Davis, he had a great impactful game against the Dolphins. So the Patriots have a little bit better of a defense than the Dolphins, so it's going to be a little harder, but they're going to need to stay with that ground and pound defense.
Well, here's the thing. You mentioned how the Chiefs don't have yet to force a turnover this year, and I guess you're crippling their defense because of that.
Crippling it.
You know what? I have to almost wonder why that hasn't happened because their pass rush has been great.
Yes.
They sacked.
Tamba Ali is one of the best pass rushers in the game.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, they had I believe they had
on Tannehill.
6 sacks on Ryan Tannehill, right? 6 sacks in that game, I believe it was.
Let's see, somewhere around there. I don't know if that's the actual. It was somewhere in that range. They had a good amount, though. You're absolutely right.
The Chiefs they lead the league with 9 sacks this year, and they got Ryan Tannehill 4 times. So I can't completely say their defense is going to be inept.
But I got to tell you one thing. The Dolphin offensive line is nowhere comparison to that New England Patriots offensive line.
Right.
They did lose Nate Soldier, who is one of the better offensive linemen on the Patriots the last, God knows how long he's been there, for like 6 or 7 seasons. So, the problem is you want to get a pick, I'll show you how you can get a pick. Tom Brady, 85% of his targets his completions
It was Rob
are to
Gronkowski.
no,
No?
Julian Edelman.
Well,
85%
yeah.
of his completions are to Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman has been showing up Rob Gronkowski.
It
this
has.
year. Yeah.
Now,
Dude.
Tom Brady's having a really, really bad year. One of the worst statistical years of his career, man.
Yeah, he hasn't been Tom Brady like.
He's only completed 59% of his passes, which is a career worst for him. Career worst for arguably top 5 greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
They said he was getting old. I mean,
Father
right?
age,
Did they not?
Father age might have caught up with him.
Tom Brady is doing what any respectable. Well, first of all, he's holding down the fort, if you will.
Yeah.
He's game managing. He's making sure that he doesn't lose the game for the Patriots.
Yes, he
But
doesn't turn over the ball, which is true.
Right, but
Very
for,
true.
But for Tom Brady, doing that is almost like losing the game because you expect him to be leading the team offensively.
You're right, Ant.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna challenge this right here, Ant. I'm gonna tell you a bold prediction tonight.
That the Chiefs are going to win?
No, that Tom Brady is gonna prove that he's a Tom Brady from 6 years ago. All right, he's gonna throw for 310 yards,
Okay.
3 touchdowns. He's gonna go 27 for 33 passing. He's gonna be lights out tonight. All right, this Chief secondary is pitiful. Besides Eric Berry, who is an elite safety in the NFL, one of the best in the game. I actually like him. I want to get his jersey. He'll guard Gronk in the red zone. Red zone target Gronk is an A-list perspective to look at
Celebrity.
all the time. A celebrity.
A-list
Every time.
celebrity.
Every time Tom Brady's gonna look at Gronk in the red zone, and Eric Berry's gonna be there to stop him. You'll see that. But the thing is here is that Marcus Cooper and Sean Smith, their 2 corners they're just average corners.
Right.
I mean, Tom Brady's gonna light them up. So, I mean, what do you want to say about this? I feel like I'm taking all the spotlight here. I'm sorry.
No, hey, listen, Armand.
I just like to talk a lot. Okay.
Our listeners know this is the Armand Show. Listen to me. No, I love hearing what you have to say. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So do not stop taking the spotlight. I like when you do that. Okay,
Thank you,
it's
man.
good for us all. It's good medicine. I take the spotlight enough. I can't really say that your prediction is bold because I don't
one?
think that
The Tom Brady 310 yards?
I think this would be a perfect storm kind of night for Tom Brady to become Tom Brady-esque again.
Listen.
Because he has a team that, as you said, hasn't forced one turnover. Their defense, I don't think it's as bad as you may think it is because, like I said, their front rush has been real good. You know, they've been upsetting quarterbacks. And then, you know, if you realize Tom Brady doesn't have the legs under him,
He doesn't.
You know, he's
You're
getting
absolutely
older.
right. And to prove what you're saying here, which you're absolutely correct about, is that Tom Brady over. I have a stat here. Where is it? Tom Brady. Where'd it go? I think he's won for his last 13 attempts of 20 yards or more downfield. Tom Brady, this guy has one
Yeah,
of
it's
the best
not Tom
arms
Brady.
ever. He 1 for 13 passing down 20 yards or more. You would think he'd be 8 for 13. All right.
He's been sacked 7 times as well.
He has.
Tom Brady has been sacked 7 times, which adds up to me to say, wow,
He's not being-
the Chiefs are going to have him in the dirt tonight.
But now to prove what you're saying here, to come back at you, is that the Chiefs, Alex Smith is the second most sacked quarterback in the league behind Chad Henne. He has 11 sacks. Chad Henne, oh man, the Dolphin days coming back to me, haunted me. I couldn't sleep. He had 11. The Chiefs have surrendered 11 sacks to opposing pass rushers on Alex Smith. So Chandler Jones, who is one of the upcoming defensive ends in football, on the right side for the New England Patriots, is going to beat Alex Smith's grill tonight. All right,
Okay.
He's going to force a fumble.
Okay, so you're saying the game is going to be won on sacks?
I'm telling
Are you saying that's
it's-
gonna be-
It's definitely one
Listen,
of
it's a-
the key points in this game, yeah.
Key factors. It's a possibility. Listen, though, we can't forget that that the Sea of Red is going to be a factor. in
Oh
this
yeah,
game.
Arrowhead Stadium's a very hard place to play.
Uh,
It's probably one of the loudest stadiums
Right.
behind Seahawks.
And they lost the title to the 12th man last year, so they're looking to
Yeah,
regain the title.
They're up there. Absolutely. Arrowhead's not an easy place.
Okay, so Tom Brady's going to look to be proving a lot tonight, and I just
But
don't
it's under
think
the
that
bright lights of Monday Night Football. Tom Brady
Right.
is made for this moment.
right, and I don't think the Chiefs have enough firepower to win
They
this
don't.
game.
That's why they need to turn up on defense.
Alex Smith is not Tom Brady, and the fact is that You know, Travis Kelce. You know,
Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Chiefs, huh?
he's pretty.
have a big game?
He's pretty much their. He's their go-to guy without Jamal Charles.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty,
Jamal
it's pretty
Charles is
sad. Isn't
questionable.
that pretty sad?
The Travis Kelce, their rookie
Kelce
tight
is
end.
your number one
is-
option.
that's
'Cause,
not
you know, Dwayne Bowe is probably the most overrated receiver in the game. I don't want to hear anything. All right, don't even challenge me on this one, Ant.
Wait, what'd you say?
Dwayne Bowe.
Okay.
Dwayne Bowe, a couple years ago, people were saying that he's in the same element as a Calvin Johnson, AJ Green. I'm sorry, Dwayne Bowe doesn't get any touchdowns. All right, he's not a red zone target.
Yeah, no.
He's got the body, he's got all the intangibles, but he doesn't prove it.
Yeah, their biggest weapon right now,
Is
I think, is Travis
Travis
Kelce. Alex Smith's go-to guy is Travis Kelce.
Oh man.
Hey, don't get me wrong. If you have a young, fiery player who wants to be rise to the occasion on the Monday Night Lights, on the stage under the Monday Night Lights, then go right ahead. You never know. You can't ever doubt the underdog.
No, you're absolutely
You
right.
can't
And
take
honestly,
the underdog out of the
The
equation.
Chiefs are not even that much of an underdog because you know why? The Patriots have not played to
Right.
their, to the magnitude that most people would think they play to.
Right, even
the
though-
Patriots have struggled mightily because
Right.
we said Tom Brady's he's one of the worst quarterbacks statistically this year. Believe it
Right.
or not, you won't believe that. He's in the bottom 7 percentile.
Right. Even
in,
though
in pass completions.
the Chiefs come into this game at 1-2 and the Pats come in at 2-1, as we
The
both
Patriots have a lot more to prove in this game than the Chiefs.
right. We both
So
alluded
that's
to
why
it.
I think the Patriots need to blow them out of the water.
A 2-1 record does not mean you're playing up to your potential.
No, they're not. Look what they beat,
So-
bro. The Vikings and although the Vikings did beat the Atlanta Falcons, which we didn't get to talk about, but that
Right.
was something else.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy
big
Bridgewater.
game. Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater.
Man,
Teddy.
he came with
Bridgewater.
he came
Teddy.
with a bridge full of water on that one.
Oh man,
Oh.
did he sail right under that Bridgewater?
Listen,
he
sunk the bridge.
He took the water and he sailed right under the bridge on it,
He made the bridge collapse.
and then he collapsed. He did so much that he ran
Teddy
and twisted
Bruschi.
his
He
ankle.
had a Teddy Bruschi like moment, right?
Teddy Bruschi. Wow.
Bruschi.
I used to like Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy Bruschi's.
Teddy Bruschi's short guy, but he was stout. He was strong and close to the ground. And
Yeah,
boom.
man. Great
It hit
Patriot.
you. He could have been a part of the Legion of Boom if he wasn't
He
a
could've.
Patriot. He could have been a part of it. Anyway, I don't know what just happened there.
I don't know, we just-
No, but my prediction,
Just
since
spazzed out.
You may want my prediction. I think the
I
Patriots.
do want your prediction, and hit me.
I think they're going to win 24-14. The Patriots will.
Ooh.
I think that Brady is going to get a lot of pressure on him from those front lines, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop him because I do agree with you that tonight may be the night that he resumes the role of Tom Brady.
I'll tell you right now, the Chiefs are not going to score in this Patriot defense. I think the Patriot
Oh,
defense is the best in football.
With Devin McCourty and the acquisitions they've made.
Oh yeah, I mean
the
Brandon Brown is still serving his suspension, but Alfonso Denard has been playing real good in that second D-back position alongside with Darrell Revis, who is arguably the best receiver, the best. Wow, I'm so sorry, the best quarterback in the game.
Yeah, Darrell Revis, Patrick Chung. I mean,
Patrick Chung, yeah,
this is a
strong
secondary.
safety.
This is a secondary that
And talk about that Gerard Mayo, middle linebacker. I like Gerard Mayo. That guy is great in coverage.
Oh yeah,
He's a great captain of this ball club. He's been there for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. He's been there a long time now.
Yeah.
And what about Vince Wilfork, man?
Yeah, can't
Vince
forget about the
Wilfork, one of the
fork.
lasting pieces.
Can't forget about the
Besides
fork.
Brady, he's
Can't
been there for a while.
Can't eat the food without the fork.
Oh man, I mean Vince Wilfork eats a lot of food, man. You ever seen that boy?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Shrek out there.
Whoa. Can't eat the. Listen. Hey,
He's a big boy. That's what I'm
He's
trying to say.
making millions of dollars more than me and you put together.
Yeah, I envy
So-
him for that.
So he's
And but you're forgetting about Chandler Jones, man. I have a lot of promise on this kid. I think he's gonna be nice.
all right. Jeez, you're angrily yelling at
Because
me
I
like
want
I
you to
told you he was bad or something.
No, because Chandler Jones is the reason for that pass rush.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Chandler Jones' name like 6 times tonight when he gets about. He's gonna get 1 sack. Guarantee he gets a sack.
All right, guarantee
You want
me
to put
that.
a little wager on that?
What?
$5. He gets a sack.
Well, I agree. He'll
You
probably
better
get a
agree with me.
sack.
I like
Sack.
Chandler Jones. I'm gonna get a Chandler Jones jersey now.
He's gonna be getting a sack while I'm getting snack.
Oh.
Sitting on my couch.
Sit on my couch. What rhymes with couch? Nah.
In my house, no. Sorry, I
Where's
can't
Sean?
rap.
We gotta get Sean Edwards on here.
Sean Edwards,
The
shout out
realest.
to our rapper, the realest.
Shout out to the realest.
realest in the biz.
The realest in the biz.
All right,
Sean, I hope you listen to this, bro. We just shad you out.
listen. Travis Kelce and Alex Smith, not enough firepower. Jamal Charles ain't going to be a factor in this
Listen.
one. I think that it's simple as that. On paper.
31-17
you have
Patriots.
Patriots, well, I said 24-14.
Well, I'm saying 31-17, so
Well,
I'm correct.
just don't, no, you can't
No.
override my prediction.
I'm gonna override you, Ant.
Uh,
We're in a stalemate here.
all right.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Listen to me. Armand Matteo. You got one of the coolest names in all of sportscasting.
I do, Ant.
I don't think any sportscaster...
What about Anthony Carlo, Rigatoni?
Rigatoni, as Rob Jiggity likes to call
I
me.
know.
Listen, I enjoy...
They call me. You know what my nickname is? Monsanity.
Monsanity on Instagram.
Get an Armand with the Vince Carter, Vinsanity, Monsanity.
Yeah,
Come on, Ant.
I get it. We haven't even gotten to basketball
You
season
haven't
yet.
got it yet.
But for all you
But Vince
don't
Carter.
know, this will
Media
transform.
Day. I gotta watch.
This will transform
I gotta watch
itself
Grizzlies
into-
Media Day, man. I'm a Grizzlies fan. It's very unfortunate. I'm a little embarrassed to say it on the air, but I am a Memphis Grizzlies fan
This
because
will-
of Vincent Lamar Carter.
This, for all you who don't know, Sports Just Cuz will transform itself into Vince Carter Day.
Because you know
when
why,
this
Ant?
show
He's one
comes
of our
on
cousins. He's part of the family, Ant.
Well, that's in your mind, but I respect
it's
it.
not in my mind. He adopted me, all right?
Listen, I can identify with your Vince Carter love because even though this isn't an athlete, well, actually, I can give you.
Whoa, isn't an athlete. Vince Carter.
No.
A magnificent
the
athlete.
person I'm
Don't you-
about to
Don't
say.
you disrespect Vince Carter, man. I will mute your mic.
I'm not the Ron
How
Dane.
dare you.
I'll give you the Ron Dane laugh.
How dare you?
The Ron Dane laugh.
Oh, God.
I love Ron. Shout out to Ron.
Who's Ron?
Oh my God. Ron Dane holler. Ron Dane.
Oh, I know Ron Dane.
Ron. Ron Dane has the best laugh at
Yeah.
this school.
Oh,
Ron
yeah.
Dane is the best laugh at this school. Ron Dane is.
Yeah, do the laugh real quick. What's he do?
We can't make it. No, I laughed like that because I was actually laughing.
No, he does have a cool laugh, though.
Ron Dane holler is shout out to you, Ron. I love you, Ron. Anyway, I was gonna give you a couple of examples of who I am in love with, like you are with Insanity.
I'm not in love with
This is-
him on a
this-
sexual
listen.
level. It's more love as
No,
a...
listen.
Listen.
There's a few types of love in this life. No,
There's the love of,
number
of
one.
the opposite sex.
Number one is there's a love for your family.
Love for family, a
Number
spouse.
two, there's a love for God, for
God,
the
yes.
religious in this life.
An athlete. You're absolutely right.
For number three, there's a love of a spouse, and number four, which spouse and family could be
It's
together.
the same, yeah.
And number four, there's a love for an athlete. So Armand Mattio's love is Vince Carter. So for me in sports, it may sound cliche, but
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter would be my love for an athlete. I was
Really?
gonna-
He's your favorite athlete of all time? I respect that.
Yeah, Derek Jeter's my favorite
I respect
athlete.
that. RE2PECT.
Yeah,
Respect.
good. And if I had to bring it into the celebrity world, I'd have to express the same love for Sylvester Stallone.
Whoa, what
But I
about
do-
Will Smith, man?
Oh no, Will Smith, I love him. I love Will Smith. I
like Brad Pitt. Don't make me take this to the movies.
I'll
movie
watch
business.
Fresh Prince any day of the week, but Stallone's my guy.
Why? Just because of that, the Rockies? Is that why?
No, I mean honestly, I've seen every one of his
You
movies.
better
I
say
can reci-
Rambo,
I
man.
can-
Rambo's what made him.
I
Forget
can,
Rocky.
I can
Rambo.
No,
Nah.
Rocky
just
made
getting
him.
upset now.
Rambo followed up, but Rocky made him, and I can recite lines from the movies. I'm just a huge
You ever
Stallone
seen that
fan.
movie with him called, was it Rise of the Cobra?
You talking about Cobra?
Cobra, yeah, Rise of the Cobra.
Where he was a detective and
Yeah,
he went
he
after
was
the night,
great.
night
That was-
slashers.
Look at you, Sylvester. I'm gonna call you Sly.
You know they used to call
I'll
me.
call you Sly.
They,
You call me VC, all right?
all right, they used to call me Rocky in high school.
They did now.
They did.
Can I call you Balboa?
Call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner.
Late for
We are getting sassy here on
I
Sports.
hope
Just
the
Cuz.
merchants listen to this.
This has been our show of the year so far. We've only had two, but they're walking by, they're looking in here saying, "Wow, these guys are good."
He's probably like, these guys are deranged.
Yeah,
They're demented.
They could be looking for that reason too.
Dysfunctional. We are dysfunctional. It's fine.
Listen, I'm having fun.
I'm having
I know
I'm having a ball over here, all right?
I mean, it's you, me, and Armand. That's it. The listener, me, and Armand. Just like Michael.
you say- oh, yeah,
just like
yeah.
Michael K says,
Ah.
it's Kayla Greca and you. Right now, it's you, me, and Armand.
Kayla Greca.
That's what they say. That's the name of the show, the Michael K Show.
Do you
on
like
ESPN
Susan
Sports.
Waldwin? I don't like Susan Waldwin.
Well, first of all, it's Waldman. Susan
Every
Wal-
time I hear her in my car, I'm like, Susan, shush up.
Susan Waldman.
Susan.
Oh my God. Have
Susan
you, wait,
Q,
have you
man.
ever listened to Boomer?
Susan Boyle.
Have you ever listened to Boomer and Carton?
Yes.
Oh my God. Craig Carton does an imitation of
Oh,
Susan
Boyle.
Waldman.
It's probably spot on. I
goes,
can't stand that woman.
John, John, I'm gonna cry. He imitates what she did when the
Oh,
Yankees
my
won.
God.
I think it was the World Series. When the Yankees
She's
won,
such a phony,
she
bro.
goes-
She don't know what she's talking about.
John, this is so beautiful. Anyway, Craig Carton imitates
Yeah,
Susan
go ahead.
Waldman crying.
Susan Waldman.
I love Susan Waldman.
What
actually.
do you now?
Not to even make fun of her, I actually like Susan Waldman. I think her and John are very good. People are gonna shoot me for that because they
Yeah,
hate.
please
a
take
lot
your
of
mic
people,
off.
A lot of people hate John Sterling. A lot of people hate Susan Waldman even more.
John Sterling's better than
But-
Susan Waldman. Oh my God.
I enjoy
John
John Sterling.
John Sterling, the call. Way back at the wall. It's caught.
No, it's gone.
No, it's good. I'm
Listen.
like, what?
I don't care what mistakes he makes. I don't care what anybody says.
Listen, he gets you all
I
excited and it's
love
out.
John Sterling for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's got a great voice for radio.
No, he does. He absolutely does.
Number two, he brings a certain tradition.
thrill and excitement.
He brings a tradition. He brings some sort of majesty and this you never see his face. You only hear him on the radio. He's been the radio voice of the Yankees for so long. He brings this mystifying greatness, which is not going to match up with the way the team is going, but the way it's been, he brings this mystifying greatness.
No, he does.
And number three, he makes up the coolest nicknames for the players on the team. It's an A-bomb from A-Rod. Come on. What gets better than
A-bomb
that?
from A-Rod. I don't like the text message from Mark Teixeira.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Why?
I can't get enough
First of all,
that.
Mark Teixeira doesn't send enough text
I
messages.
can't get enough of Mark
Why?
Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira was absolutely dreadful this year, and the Yankees need to get rid of him at
Right.
first light.
But the text message thing
The
is
guy,
great.
I'll tell you, Mark Teixeira's every at bat. Mark Teixeira, the first picture of the at bat, he'll take it. The second picture of the at bat, he'll swing and he'll miss. Every time I watch Mark Teixeira, he's always in an 0-2 hole, and what happens to him? He strikes out.
All right. Thank you for that.
I love Mark Teixeira in the field. I don't like his facial expressions. He looks like Superman running the bases.
Mark Teixeira has
He
declined
has
as
the
a player.
greatest glove
He
in
has-
all of baseball at first base.
This past year, because of his wrist,
I just
with
hate him at the bat. I hate him.
injury-wise, I mean, wait, look, stop hating on the guy who a couple of years ago hit 35, 40 home runs. Wow, that was a big moment of silence. To me, I can't agree with you more about
telling you,
him.
Mark.
This past
He
year,
is not
I
clutch.
can't tell
Mark
you
Teixeira is
how
not a clutch baseball player.
Steam was coming out
Do
of
you
my
understand
ear.
me?
He's had his clutch
Do you
streaks.
understand me?
There have been times when he first came to the
I
Yankees.
don't think you're understanding
that
what I'm
he-
saying here.
That he took the team
No.
on a 10-game winning streak.
No, it was not, never because of
Offensively,
Mark Teixeira.
Mark
Absolutely
Te-
no.
He was on a tear.
No. He
This
is
past
dreadful.
Get
Get him out of here.
I can,
Send him back to Texas.
I can identify with you this
No,
past
you can't
year.
identify with me. You can't. You're seeing a whole other ball game here, man.
The steam has been coming out.
I don't know what just happened, but this whole Patriots-Chiefs game has let us rant.
The steam has been coming out of my ears this past year when Teixeira says my wrist hurts. My wrist
Yeah,
hurts.
suck it
Take
up.
me out of the lineup, Joe Girardi. My
Listen,
wrist hurts.
listen.
And he can't produce offensively the same way anymore.
I think the
But
Yankees should
reason
acquire
was-
Freddie Freeman
the only-
from the Atlanta Braves.
They just listen.
I
I'm
don't
not a
wanna hear
huge fan of that because they got Brian McCann and he's no miracle child.
Brian McCann is no miracle, buddy boy.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said he was the miracle.
No, I said he is
He
no
ain't the miracle on 34th Street. I'll let you know right now, Ant.
I would be skeptical of getting Freddie Freeman, even though he's
Listen.
great, because of the fact that when players come to New York, they suck. That's what happens.
Raul Mondesi was good when he came to New York.
Yeah, he was good for a little bit, and then he got rid
Who
of
else
him.
was good when they
Gary
came to New York?
Sheffield was my
Gary
man.
Sheffield was the man.
He was the man.
the man. All capitalization letters. The man.
Yeah, Gary Sheffield was.
Come on.
If I could say,
The only thing is he caused a lot of controversy in the locker room.
If I could say an expletive on the radio, I would say it. He was the. But
snot just came flying out of my nose. Do you have a tissue?
no, I don't. But thank you for never telling me that again. I'll thank you in advance
need a
for
tissue,
never
bro.
telling me that again. Gary Sheffield was the man. The chef is cooking.
The
Number
chef
one,
is cooking
the
'em.
chef cooked up filet mignon.
Filet
cooked
mignon.
He cooked
up porterhouse.
He cooked
Chateaubriand.
he cooked herb basted salmon. he cooked up. He was the chef. He was
He was the
man.
chef
He was the
meister.
chef. Gary Sheffield.
Gary
You know how
Sheffield.
kids today say you're the blank. I can't say it on the radio.
You're
but
the man?
You're the chef. That's what Gary Sheffield was. You were the chef.
He's the...
Look, Gary
Alright.
Sheffield was. I never forget going to the game.
No, Alex
And
Rodriguez,
the
by
whole
hands down, is the coolest player
whole
to ever
stadium-
play the game.
the
I'm
whole-
sorry. A-Rod's whole repertoire in the field, the way he covers the field,
Alright.
the way he gets up in that on-deck circle, he goes like this with the bat over his shoulder.
He flexes those triceps.
He flexes. He stares down the picture with the bat facing him.
He blows the air out of his
He
mouth.
does.
He blows the
spits
gum.
the sunflower seeds. Come on, A-Rod's got swag.
All right, I wasn't talking about A-Rod. What I was
No, I
talking
love
about
A-Rod.
is the
Did
way
you see the news this morning?
that Girardi's not making it a lock
Did
for
you see
A-Rod
what
next
Joe
year.
Girardi said this morning?
I did.
A-Rod is the starting third baseman for the 2015 New York Yankees.
Oh, I'm contraire, mon ami. Oh,
Listen.
contraire, mon frère.
Listen,
Want me to
A-Rod's
say
one of the-
another statement in
listen,
French?
Joe
Joe
Girardi is
Girardi.
one of the last pieces to the Yankees.
Joe
okay?
Girardi did not say that.
Yes, he did.
He said that it
He's
is
looking
not.
forward to it.
He will be. I don't know if he said that about him starting, but what I heard that he said was that A-Rod is not a lock for the
No, he should be.
2015 season.
He should be.
A-Rod,
Chase
Alex
Headley, I don't wanna
Rodriguez
hear it. I
is
don't
not
wanna
a
hear it.
lock because they have to evaluate him. Remember, he didn't
Well, I know,
play.
he did take off
He
a
didn't
whole year.
play
You're
all
absolutely
last year,
correct.
and
Yep.
the year before he played
injured.
only 80 games, and he had 70 RBIs, 14 home runs, batted 260, 570, whatever. It hasn't been A-Rod for a couple of years. Anyway, Gary Sheffield. Never forget how the stadium was chanting MVP.
Anyway, Gary Sheffield.
The stadium was chanting MVP at the end of that year, and he should have been the MVP. And I don't know what guy got it, but that guy don't deserve it.
That guy don't deserve it.
That guy do not deserve
All right, I think we need to proceed to the highlight route of the postseason.
Postseason
And stop
of baseball.
reminiscing about the Yankees when they were
it.
good.
All right. So we will be back here on Sports Just Cuz. We hope you continue
What time is
to
it? 9 o'clock?
tune in. Hey, listen, we got sports to talk about. We got to touch on the postseason.
Because this one went all the way from Monday Night Football to the Yankees 2006.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, but we will be back here in just a minute on Sports Just Cuz.